Hello YouTubers, this is Monique Gomez, and I just bicycled my way in and out of the Earl's agricultural shop with 10-pound rat food and chicken food. My mom showed up after she cussed me out and took off, and while I was fixing that door that they messed up when the tow truck got here, that old pervert, another old pervert trying to see if they can sneak their way into messing up my property again. And since it's under 1,000, they say I've called to the civil places in court in our local city. They say if the price is not over 3,000 to 5,000, they wouldn't even consider it a case. So it's a bunch of bullshit what they do. They do these scams where it's not that price so they can get away with scamming people like me, for example. I had to adjust my door just now, and then the backside also where they opened it, he frantically shook it, and he knew what he was doing. He was trying to mess up my shed. That's because they're jealous, envious, small activists. That's why they do what they do. And then I went into the city, and there was pedophiles. There were child molesters that their faces have showed on those, neighborhood watch alerts. They were passing me by in brand new cars and laughing at me while I was in my bicycle, and my truck broke down on me. Oh, how nice. And then they put my cousin, Tommy Gomez, there in a meeting where I was out of nowhere happened to be there at the exact same time. He was in his new car and I was in my bicycle. Aww. How they so coincidentally put us together so they can put us to shame. Male activists never do nothing intentional. Not them. I really remember when they messed up my brand new car. It's still there. All messed up. And they were jealous of me because I bought a brand new car and I smudge it in their face all the time and I could care less. And they had zero. But since they all group up and they're a bunch of cowards and they like to stick together for male power, whatever. Shithole power, male shithole power. They think they're all big shit in the city now with titles of investigator and such. What the fuck ever. That's all I gotta say. If they've gotten any high status, and then on top of that, let me tell you more. I saw the warden of the state jail that fired me for being a women activist. They didn't like me saying brava in the state jail. They were all like, ew, who knows brava? It's all about bravo. There's no such thing as brava. You don't know how much stupid discrimination these bastards have put me through. A lot. But you know what? As mad as I get, I know they're gonna get theirs too. And the fucker warden was laughing at me while I was pedaling in my bicycle, having a hard time carrying those 10-pound each bags for my animals. And the new golden basket that I got, it was like cutting the gold off of my golden basket. Off of my tire, you can smell the burnt paint as it was scraping and giving me a hard pedaling time all the way over here. That's why my whole hands were shaking, because I was pedaling hard with my legs, carrying 20 pounds of weight in the front where the basket was just into my wheel, dragging me down. So you can imagine how much fun that was for me. Watching the bastards look at me and think they're better. And another thing, when I went to Earl's agricultural shop, this guy goes, you better watch out with these males, because if they're willing to do all that to you, just imagine what worse they can do to you. And I was like, what? I ain't afraid of these fuckers. Bring him out, bitches! Bring it! You know what? All these little group attacks, it just makes me so much more better than them. Oh yeah. Because I know how big of a cowards they are. They can't work by themselves. They gotta go do all that little group effort to attack me. Ha, ha, ha to you. And another thing, Raza, my mom, comes over here after she cusses me out and says, "You need some sandbags for the hurricane? Bipolar bitch. Why the fuck is she yelling at me, cussing at me, and then comes back later like if nothing ever happened and talking to me like I'm a friend to her?" It's even more psychopathic of her. And then, on top of that, asking me if I need help with sandbags. I said, and I'm over there trying to fix all the damage they caused to my shed when they dropped it off from the tow. You know how upset I was? And then she's trying to talk to me like if I'm just like gonna just drop everything for her just because she shows up at the front of my house with an old man who's a pervert. And then this little sneaky thing where she's trying to get me to be in the same car as this old pervert man friend of hers. It's even more creepier than never before. And she's like, I go, "Rosa, go get me some chicken feed. You got any money?" I go, "Well, I don't have any on me, but I can go get some." "Well, come on, let's go." And I'm like, I look and see who's in the car with her. She's stubborn to have me in the same car with that old pervert man of hers, friend of hers. And then that's not it. When she brought him over to try to fix a part in my car, which was a thermostat, which I thought it was weird. Why would she bring that old pervert over here when we don't never get along? I wouldn't doubt that he would do something to mess up my truck. But he tried to fix it. And then after that, and I knew she was going to try to sneak her way into favoritism with the old bastard. So she goes, "Now do you think he's a pervert?" And I'm like, "What? Is this why you're bringing this old man here to fix my truck so you can convince me that he's not an old pervert?" Raza, you're not going to convince me that he's not an old pervert. And just because you're getting him to fix my truck, he's nobody to me. He's not a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours. And then she's like, "Well, go ahead and give him a ride once your thermostat is put on. Give him a ride home." I'm like, "What? Ah! You're not gonna trick me, bitch. I would never give that old man a ride home. He's not my friend. He's yours." And then he does it too. Like, he encourages this whole like idea where he wants to be seen with a young, beautiful woman like myself. And then he comes and knocks on my front door after he put whatever thermostat he installs into my truck. And then he's all like, "Well, I'm done. Who's gonna give me a ride home?" Unbelievable fucking old pervert activists. Always trying to sneak their way to my side. I go, "I don't know. Roz is your friend. I'm not your friend, so bye." Close the door, lock it. Yeah, that goes for any of y'all fuckers who try to be sneaky on me. And then the police, oh yeah, I told you about that. They said it's a civil court matter. That's how much they know. Or maybe they do know, they just didn't want to tell me and break the bad news to me. But that breakage they did to that fuel pump, it has to be over $2,000 or $3,000 of cost to become a civil matter. So it's not even a civil matter. They did that because they knowingly knew they could break something of mine and get away with it. Scam artists. Now I know who to watch out for. David Gonzalez and H&H Propane Hugo. And I'm pretty sure they got other mechanic connections because I once heard him say, David Gonzalez, which is my stepfather, sexual harasser once was. He apologized to me, so I thought, when it was just vengeance. Anyways, I once heard it come out of his mouth that all the mechanics in the valley get together and they talk among each other. Huh? What do you know? They talk among each other. What does that tell me? That tells me everything. To watch out for these people that are around here. Because At the same time, yeah, I agree now that not all mechanics get along because they're competing against one another, but yet, when he tells me they get together in meetings and shit like that, like these local police or whatever it is that get together, I know not all people are dirty or evil, but I'm pretty sure they got some people backing them up. There's some type of shit favoritism, evil malactivist going on here. And what do you know? My golden, beautiful watch that they all adored broke off today. It broke from my wrist. Oh yeah. I have to buy a new one, y'all. Most likely not anytime soon. Since they're ambushing me with billas. And then Raza, I told Raza, I ain't gonna go with you with that old man. You can go. And she goes, are you sure you don't want any sandbags? I don't want no fucking sandbags. And they go, what the fuck are you doing here anyways? I'm busy right now. And then it says, she goes, bueno, pues vete mucho la chingada. She goes, get the fuck away from me, bitch. And she came over here. She said that in Spanish. And then I go, you get the fuck away from me, bitch. I go, get the fuck away from me and go and suck a old man's dick. And then she goes, you suck an old man's dick. I go, no, thank you. I'm not into old men. Fuck off, bitch. And that was the end. Because I went on. She goes, nunca te voy a ayudar jamás. She goes, that's fine. I'm never going to help you anymore, bitch. And she took off. But yeah, that's what happened in this short time that I am trying to get my work hours. So much beautiful, pleasant, envious male shithole activists. A woman all the way. I would never submiss myself to shithole scumbags like them male shitholes.